What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I usually use clips and things of that nature when discussing Boyce Watkins and all of his hypocrisy. There's so many people that have dealt with Dr. Boyce Watkins and have interacted with him, that have called him out for his foolishness and his hypocritical behavior. He's even admitted that. So there is no reason to pull out any receipts on Dr. Boyce Watkins today. Dr. Boyce Watkins is just there. He's Dr. Boyce. I don't hate him. I don't think any of the brothers hate him. He's just, that guy in the black community that really doesn't really know what he's talking about. He doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And for men, he's very linear, unilateral, non-binary in his thinking. Okay? Boyce Watkins sees it from typically one perspective. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you get something right, but he doesn't. Boyce Watkins is the kind of man that he praises single moms. He castigates black men for not dealing with single moms, and that's that. I mean, Boyce Watkins is who he is, okay? Which is why his viewership is down, and nobody really cares about what he's talking about outside of something silly that he says. So I made a response video to him in the Anton Daniel situation. And Boyce Watkins, he's a good sport. He's a good sport. I got to give it to the guy. He actually made a comment on the video. He says this: I would invite you on the channel, but no clowns allowed. And I responded, man, you in that cheap ass Men's Warehouse fashion first Sunday suit, shaking my head. But I want to deal with this because it's very important. So many people like Boyce Watkins in the black community wonder why nobody takes them serious. And it just goes to show you that despite the fact that Dr. Boyce Watkins has a PhD in, I don't know if it's business finance, but Boyce Watkins is not a very bright man. I mean, he's selling a business course, the Black Business School. B1 courses like B1 Forex. I mean, Boyce Watkins, if you even look at his channel, this is a person that has a bed sheet in the background because he doesn't want to pay anybody. He has to be one of the most horrific social media entrepreneurs I've ever seen in my life. If you can compare somebody of his stature that is non-black, you would see that person talking about finance would have invested into many things by now. Like, one people who he really criticizes is Roland Martin. We can say a lot about Roland Martin politically. We could talk about some of the tap dance he did for Hillary Clinton. But one thing that we can never say about Roland Martin is that he won't invest into his business. We can never say that about him. We can never say that Roland Martin doesn't take his business serious. We can, however, say that about Boyce Watkins. And Boyce Watkins is, right now, I'm looking at him, he has a Carl Thomas turtleneck on, a dusty green screen. I don't know if that is a Puma or a Jaguar. One part is green, the other is yellow. And if you can just look at his fingers, he looks like he's inside of a time machine on Mars sipping a Dairy Queen milkshake. Now, Boyce Watkins is so entirely dusty, it's a shame. And this is a guy talking about you need to invest. Boyce Watkins doesn't invest. He's on YouTube all day, Facebook all day. Boyce Watkins doesn't even invest in his own stuff. All right? Boyce Watkins talks about black leadership. Do you know how many people Boyce Watkins talks about behind their back? That was evident with Louis Farrakhan. Boyce Watkins can't keep any friends outside of Willie D. Boyce Watkins doesn't even have a good relationship with the women that worked for him. Why do you think Boyce Watkins barely has any presenters now? And if you look at somebody like African Diaspora, what's the difference? Well, African Diaspora will pay you. Shout out to Phil. And he's not in this, but I'm going to just bring out a good point. Phil is one of the guys, and we have not always been on the best terms. But you know what I'll tell you about Brother Phil and Brother Kellen? I love them. I have a lot of love for them. Okay? Phil is the one that helped me a lot in organizing how this business should go every day. And I've helped Phil too. But Phil was the one that showed me how to be consistent on this, how you really supposed to run this as an entrepreneur. Want to know who's not on here talking about the Black Business School? Phil. If he likes you, he'll help you. Boyce is out here selling courses largely, I believe, this is my own honest opinion, that don't work. We know his advice doesn't work with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. He's unaccountable. And he has a nerve to say he's not going to invite a clown to his platform. Bro, you have 367,000 subscribers on one page. And let's look at your views. 1,000 views. 1,000, 1.1 views. 1.8 thousand. Bro, nobody really listens to you like that. Okay? Your lives are dusty. Your content strategy is quite dusty. You're unaccountable. You're completely one-sided. And Black men don't trust you. Okay? People can invest in Dr. Boyce Watkins platforms. And if anything happens to you or to your money, he won't say, I made a mistake. I messed up with your investment. He won't say it. He will say, you don't ask them white folks like that. Y'all don't give a damn about them white people. He's so biggity B1 black that B1 black is all about excuses. Some people are so B1 that there be none. That there be no progress as a none. No accountability. Nothing. These sorts of people, in my honest opinion, are destroyers of Black America. No accountability for the women. We all know that Boyce Watkins, anything that a man does is ludicrous. Now, Boyce Watkins, he's married to a lady that was a single mom, but her kids are grown. She has a PhD. Now, how many of you, as Black men, would even be able to achieve something like that? No, we know that most guys are not getting a lady that's a PhD. But if you don't want to deal with Bonquisha and Loloquisha and those negative epithets of Black dysfunction and pathology, that's the problem. Boyce Watkins even talked behind Minister Louis Farrakhan's back. He would do anything for money. And the man has the audacity to come up and say, I would have you on my platform. Bro, like, what views are we getting here, Boyce? Like, what world do you really live in? You don't live in the real world, man. The Dr. Boyce Watkins Black Excellence channel. It's a complete mirror of the other channels. There's nothing about this that's good. Look at it. 548 views, 590 views. No thumbnails, dust everywhere. Now, you mean to tell me that a guy like this runs a business? Where? No, a guy like this has some courses that you can go over there and buy and learn nothing from and make your money. And whenever he gets your money, it's evident he ain't reinvesting into what helps him get the money. That's for sure. All money in, no money out, Boyce. Okay? It's social media course entrepreneurship. All right? And using these platforms to get you to go over there and spend your money on courses that don't work, in my honest opinion. While hating on Black men, and who's more likely to do this? Black women. Most Black men will look at this and be like, this doesn't work now, right? Most of those guys that create courses, I can guarantee most of them not successful. Most of them don't even produce anything that makes money. But it's okay, Boyce. Like seriously, I'm not a hater, man. I only point out the actualities. We actualize things as men. You don't, okay? If you want those women to go out there and become poor dealing with you, I think that's fine. Go right ahead. But you're going to continue to be getting dustier and dustier each day. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again for episode of The Celebrity Junk. Pretty sure if I just heard the bell, we're out.